So welcome to the end of the second season with Boavista. In today's episode, we have a live com, which is a huge live com in this series because we do have a chance of European qualification, and it has gone down. Final day. So welcome to the episode, and we are going to start by having a look at the youth teams and then go into the first team stuff because that's where the money is earned. So first off, the under-19 team. So they very comfortably won the division with 103 points, winning it for both seasons now. So the best team in the Portugal region, which is nice. The Porto region, mainly because Porto don't seem to have a under-19 team who play in it. But hey, still means we're the best. In terms of the main under-19s then, we ended up coming in 5th place. Actually, there's still some games to go. 14. Yeah, there's going to be 14 games, I'm guessing. So, yeah, but, I mean, we could potentially come 3rd. We haven't won it. Let's basically look at it like that. We have not won the division, but we've also not come last. So let's look at the positives there. Maritimo have definitely come last. One positive is when you go on and you see all these players they are saying have potential to be a first team player next season. It's nice to see so many people on this list, sometimes in your saves. There's nobody on this list because your youth team is fairly poor, especially so early on when in the second season. Now, in terms of the schedule since you were last with us then, you were with us for youth intake. And after that, we came up against Moreirense, and we got 2-1 victory with Almasi picking up both goals. We then played against Farense, and Almasi picked up both goals again. What a signing this guy's been, by the way. Then we came against Nacional and got 4-0 victory with Pinho, Ehlers, Helder, and Almasi on the score sheet. Before back-to-back defeats, first off against Braga, Almasi getting our goal. We then travelled to local rivals Porto and we got beat again. Back-to-back defeat. Disappointing. But look at this. Boavista 4, Sporting 1. Almasi, Benson, Ehlers and Rossini on the score sheet. A 4-1 victory over Sporting. And that's then being followed up with an away game against Chavez, where we got 2-0 victory with Helder and Almasi on the score sheet. So we are currently sitting in 5th place. Now, top 5 get Europe. 5th place only gets Europe depending on the winner of the cup. Now, Braga and Sporting are in the cup final, which means we are guaranteed Europe if we get 5th. So we are at home, and you can see Casapia are away to Santa Clara. Now, Santa Clara need a win to make sure they don't get in relegation playoffs. So that's not a deadbeat game. We are at home against Estoril, who are mid-table and have nothing to play for. So I'm kind of hoping we can get the win. So let's get into the live com today. We do have a suspension, Ethers, so our youngster Lopez, Gonzalo Lopez is going to come in. Nakulu on the bench, who is retiring at the end of the season. I did ask Rui Patricio if he would consider not retiring, please, because he's very good. He said no. So we do have to make sure we look for a new keeper in the summer. So we're going to go Patricio in goal, Ostajic, Lopez, Bajrami and Ricardo, Rossini and Thasiano, Helder, Shembembe, Benson and Almasi was 22 and 30. This guy cost us £54,000. I mean, what a signing. One thing I do want to mention is Stepanek picked up an 8 to 9 month injury. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing him. I think he's going to be back January. Bit upsetting. So, let's get into the game, though. We need a win. A win takes us into Euro for our 3rd season. A win is huge. They're actually in 2nd place in their form. It's important for us to use home advantage, and we need a win. There's just under 9,000 fans at the game. Still would like to see more come into games going forward. It's huge. We need a win as they come forward early on into our box. They're passing it around inside our box. Well, they do get an opportunity. It's deflected and out for a corner. Just going to encourage. Bit of encouragement 10 minutes in. Santa Clara against Casapia is... Santa Clara winning. Santa Clara are winning against Casapia. That's huge. That's huge. End the game now, please. Are we losing? Oh, we are losing. Please end the game now. Please end the game now. It's getting very late on night. I want to go to bed normally in Europe. Please end the game now. Oh. If both of us lose, I can accept it. But I'd prefer not to end the season with a defeat. I am just putting that out there. This would be our 10th defeat of the season as well, which is not the best. I would prefer us not to be losing 10 games throughout a 34-game season. Especially if we're still going to get into Europe with 10 defeats. Which is impressive, really. Also, considering how good we are defensively in terms of keeping them clean sheets when we lead in games. We still have lost 10 games. But then I guess if you lose Porto home and away, there's 2. Benfica home and away, there's 4. Sporting, if you did lose home and away, there's 6 games straight away. Santa Clara is still 1-0 up. Can we put this ball in the back of the net here? Come on. No, it's cleared away, right? Benson. Final game for us because we can't afford to sign him. Benson. Oh, tipped over by their goalkeeper. We also need a goalkeeper in the summer. We need a new left winger. We need a goalkeeper. Probably need a defensive midfielder to add a bit more depth. Probably a backup striker if we're going into Europe. It's going to be a busy summer. It's going to be a busy summer. Santa Clara still winning against Casapia. We are still losing. Going to demand more with 5 minutes to go before half time. Can we sneak a goal and get back into it? Benson on the left hand side. Goes inside to Shimbembe. Benson to Helder. Helder strikes it. Off the bar. Cleared away. But we do get the ball. Vincinio goes back to Lopez. Casapia is still losing. I'm going to thrash my arms. We're going to properly kick them up the backside here. I'm more interested looking down in this bottom left corner to see if Santa Clara are still winning. The problem is whenever a team above scores, this jumps us back up. I don't like that. Let's just demand more. 20 minutes to go. Shimbembe I'm going to take off for Pinho. Ramirez can come. No one really or attacking, I think. There's not really much more we can do. Our bench is still not quite strong enough for these situations at the minute. I need more quality and more depth in some of them positions. I think one change I could look at making is Ramirez on for Helder. Just that young lack of experiences maybe costing us on the wing in games like this. So Ramirez final game as well, obviously being on loan this season. Maybe he can create something. Oh no. Oh no. Casapia have scored. Oh. Right. We need to go for it. Best we can. Because I'm concerned that Casapia get a goal in the last minute and we miss out on Europe for the next season. Santa Clara scored. Get in there! Take us to Europe, baby. I mean, I can't believe I just shouted baby. That really doesn't work for me, does it? No, it didn't sound as cool as it did in my head. Ramirez drives forward. Yeah, we've had a very bad final day, but that 4-1 against Sporting, I think it might be the game to remember in terms of at the end of the season square where it says games to remember. Come on, blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Oh, oh my God. I mean, we're very attacking, but we create nothing. It does look like Santa Clara are securing the victory over Casapia, which is seeing us qualify for European competition. Yeah, Boavista qualify for the Conference League. Yes, now it's only qualifying, but hopefully we get a good draw and can actually make it through. Porto in the Europa League. It looks like it's us and Braga in the Conference League, Porto in the Europa League, Sporting and Benfica going into the Champions League. Just curious in terms of like some things like average possession and stuff. So we're the 7th highest with our average sense of 10.2. Or up here around 20k. We've got the ability, you can see only 34% full. Come on, see what we can do here. Looks down in 16th in terms of average percentage for the size of the stadium. So hopefully that can improve. Like I say, salary per annum we doing fairly well on. Financially, I wanted to discuss a couple of things then. So expenses for this season, transfer expenses at 5.7 million. No. So if we go to transfers, okay, history. 7.75. But this was a loan fee, okay? Loan fee. Loan cost. We didn't pay any of that, okay? We sent him back. We didn't pay that. Oh, sorry, that's Benson. We paid something, but that's a loan fee, okay? Transfer fee as well. Loan cost didn't cost 1.4 because we cancelled his loan. But surely loan fee will come under loan fee, which is 2.6 million, okay? And that's about right because we've been paying 200k a month for him to play. So there's the fee for Benson. This 5.7 makes no sense. And also, is not registered on here anywhere. So I'm interrupting the video to say thank you firstly for the support and the continued support on the content that I'm creating. If you are in a position to do so, there is an option below to become a Patreon member or to become a YouTube member. It will cost you 49 kroner a month, which is about $3 or £3 a month. And that goes towards future things on the channel, like I'm looking to save up for a new microphone, for example, to pay towards my Premiere Pro for editing the videos. It just helps show a little bit of support, but also, if it builds up to a certain amount, I can look at taking a day off work a month to help towards creating that content and making it just a little bit better for you guys going forward. But only if you can afford to do it, go down and click them links. Don't do it if it does financially put you in a problem. Let's head back into the video and thank you again for taking the time to listen to me. Can we remove that please and make it look like we've done a lot better? Because then you tell me we spent 20 million. We haven't. We spent 15. You can see here 2.6 on loans, 2.1 on ground maintenance, 1.9 on players' wages, 1.847 on staff. We have had to add a lot more staff, which is costing us a lot more. In terms of income, 17 million from players sold, 4.3 million from TV revenue, 3.6 from sponsorship, 2.2 from gate receipts. So still our gate receipts is massively covering our players' wages, about 600k spare in between there, which is very, very nice. So financially, hopefully next season we can maybe bump our player wages right up to the maximum in terms of what we are spending. So our squad has been good. Our top goal scorer with 22 goals was Ladislav Almasi, who for £54,000 has had his best ever season. His best season before that was 16 for Banik Ostrava. That was his first season for them. Got 6th the year after. Let's all start to hope that doesn't happen for us then. He just has a shocking second season at the club. But 22 goals, insane. Helder with 7 goals, 9 assists. Just been fantastic. 61 appearances in the league now. Still only 17 years old. In terms of best assists, 17 for Manuel Benson, but valued at 7.8 million potentially. And another year left in his contract. He's £30,000 a week contract at Burnley. We can't even get close to paying that. So unfortunately, he is going to be moving on next season. In terms of who else is going to be moving on, we can have a look at that. Go to the contract side of things. So players who are leaving us from the first team squad. Manuel Benson and Sebastian Ramirez are going. Ramirez been on loan from Huracán in Argentina. 4 starts, 18 sub appearances, 2 goals, only 1 assist. Just not being good enough, and we will be just letting him go. Cedric's contract is running out, and at the age of 34, physically is massively declining, so we're going to just wish him well. Moving on. Rui Patricio and Kulu are retiring, and Cesar wants to explore his options at the end of the season, so we've just not used him for the rest of the season. That was one of the reasons why Rui Patricio was such a great signing, because Cesar saying he didn't want to stick around. Why am I going to waste my time on players like that? So we definitely need to improve in the goalkeeper position. When we look at our squad, then we need a new goalkeeper. That's definite. Okay. In terms of our defenders, if I just put Ethers back in, make sure people are back in where they need. Yeah. So Ostajek is going to be our first choice right back next season. What a season for us. 18 appearances in the league, 2 assists, a 7.0 average. He's 19. Wow. Ethers and Bajrami's our back 2 is going to stay as Roberto left back. So our back line is staying the same, just goalkeeper needs changing. Bencinho, I think we are going to try to hold on to. We've qualified for European qualification. We will know, I think, before the end of the window if we in the group stage. If not, maybe we'll look at moving him on. But for now, we're going to hold on to him. And also, Thahiano, I don't know how to say. We're going to hold on to him. He's on such a high wage. I'm saying we're going to hold on to him. I think if offers came in, I might consider letting him go. Especially when you look at his stats for the league. It's not the greatest. There's 73% tackles won ratio for defensive mid. 88% pass completion is great. With 56% headers won, 73% tackles won. Isn't the best for defensive mid. So maybe if we can cash in on $1 million and get $5 million off our wage bill, might be the type of player we look to move on. Held on the right wing is staying. I tell you what, if we remove him for now, Held on the right wing is staying. Chimbembe obviously joined us in January, and he's been decent. Did he join us in January? Did he come I think he might have came November time, but either way, he's been good. Great rotation option in that attack midfield, so he's definitely sticking around. Benson is obviously going to be leaving us when his loan runs out, and Almasi is definitely going to be sticking around. We're going to try to bring in wingers who can float them crosses in for him to get more goals. Enrique is our backup goalkeeper, sticking around, such a low wage as well. And Kulu's leaving us, Cedric's leaving us. Gonçalves is a young defensive mid who is not that good, but he fills a spot. Doris Pinho, obviously been developing with the club, still only 17, turns 18 in August, is okay. He's not developed into a world-class player, definitely a rotation option. Ian in attacking mid, hasn't featured much, 1 start, 6 sub appearances. Not really done anything, but he's still only 17, so obviously we'll stick around with. Michael Campos, I don't think his value's high enough just to get rid of him, but at the same time, I don't rate him long term. He's also on a very low wage, so as a backup striker, not too bad. Ramirez is leaving after his loan runs out, and then we come to Keon Edwards. 1 start, 17 sub appearances, so hasn't started many. Attribute wise looks really good. Jamaican international. He's just done nothing. Now we paid nothing for him. He's on 1.2k a week, so he's not a massive wage at the. He can play all the way across attacker, mid, and striker. So maybe we hold on to him just because of that. But at the same time, if a wanted sign appears on him, I think we might move him on. I think if somebody sniffs around and has an interest in him, I think we'll let him go. I really do. You can see there, Ethers is actually wanted by Auxerre. We paid 135k for him. He's valued up to close to $1 million. But he's very good and he's only 25. And the fact he likes big matches when we've got Europe coming up, I would need a big offer to let him or Bajrami go, to be honest with you. Bajrami as well. 44k we paid for him. I mean, the big teams in Portugal let people go for nothing. But we need new keeper, new defensive mid, I think, a new left winger, a backup defender. We do have the youngster, probably. I think we can look at the likes of Gonzalo Lopez as our backup central defender anyway, if not moving into first choice if we did sell Ethers. He's definitely good enough, and he is only 17. We've obviously got the academy player who came to this year as well. But we need a backup who can play both fullback positions, because we do have our youngster Leandro Mendes, but he's not that good. He is on a youth contract, mainly because I didn't decide he was worth giving a contract to and wasting more wage on. But we can fill a position. But we're going into Europe, and I think we need to make this team go to the next step. So next year we qualify for Europe as well. Because you could say we got lucky and got into Europe this year just by the skin of our teeth, and we could fail next year. So I think we definitely need to cement that position now and just make sure that we don't fall backwards and we do move forward. So maybe it's a summer of taking a risk on one or two people. Maybe it's a summer of just spending a little bit more than I would maybe normally spend on a player. If it's the right player. We've got to see what comes up in the summer window. But join me in the next episode. In the next episode, we'll start the new season, but we will definitely be starting it with a European qualification game, because I think it's really important that our first round of European football is on video. I've been Paul, also known as the Northman, and we'll head over to myself thanking our Patreon and YouTube members. Click join below. You will see on the screen now the people who are patrons or monthly members through YouTube. If you do want to join, links are in the description below. The YouTube one, you can just click that join button next to where the subscribe button is, or go into the description if you want to become a Patreon member. Links are below. Thank you for your support, and hopefully I will see you on the next video.